fliko.
You know what? New theory today. I've been telling a lot of people in here, you guys should practice. You guys should be pushing yourselves to learn new stuff. You guys should doing whatever you can all the time to get better at whatever it is that you do or whatever it is that you're not good at that you want to do. That's what I always do. I always try to push y'all. I always try to motivate y'all. I'm over it. I'm over it. My old theory was if I can just prove to someone that their ideas are good enough, then I can help them start to make music. I used to think that if I could just make somebody understand that even some of the best people in music still say they don't know what they're doing. It gives people confidence if you can show them it's not as hard as you think or you're better than you think you are. That's what I've always tried to do. I've always tried to help people feel motivated. The new theory is don't lie to yourself. The new theory is stop lying to yourself 2023. I saw a jazz musician talk about this, and they were saying, you know when you're not practicing. You know when you're not making music. You're the only one who really knows. You could tell all of us a certain thing. We could all pretend that we have an inference from talking to you a bunch, but you're the only one who really knows how much music you're making, how much you're practicing, how much better you're getting, how confident you feel. You're the only one who knows. I'm not gonna keep sitting here every day and say, guys, try this, guys, do this. Nah, Kenny, I can't stay motivated. Kenny, what do I do if I'm not feeling it? What if I'm not sure? Hey, this is what I heard this musician say. This musician said, you are the only one who knows if you're lying to yourself about your music or your career. You're the only one who really knows how good you are. You're the only one who knows how well you can play that instrument, how well you can get around that computer, how solid those connections you have with other people really are. You are the only one who knows. And if you're not practicing, if you're not making beats, if you're not getting better at music, if you're not learning to collaborate on the internet, if you're not learning what's going on in production, in plugins, in software, in general, with everything in music, to some degree, or at least when it has to do with your genre, when it pertains to what you do, if you're not working on that, someone else is. For every one of you who's in here not making music and not practicing and making a beat once in a while and not really looking into any of this stuff we talk about on here as a community or reaching out to collaborate, or there is someone in here who is. There are people who are practicing. And if you sitting there and you want to be the next producer and you want to be the next Metro or you want to be the next Greg Kirsten or you want to be the next Ludwig or you want to be the next whoever you can think of, Timbaland, Pharrell, Teddy Riley, whatever it is. If you want to be the next Rosalia, if you want to be the next Lauryn Hill, if you want to be the next Clairo, if you want to be the next whatever, someone else is out there making music and practicing and working harder at it and spending less time and less time doing whatever. And there's someone who's your same age that is working their off on exactly the same thing that you want to be good at. Whatever it is that you want to be good at, there is someone in some country, it might even be your same town, it might be this chat. There is someone who is going the hardest today. As soon as they get off this stream, they are going to go work non-stop as hard as they can to get better and make more stuff and be hard on themselves and play instruments and watch tutorials. There are people who are your same age who are going to go harder than you today. And this guy I saw give the speech, I wish I knew his name. He was saying, I hope one day you meet that person. I hope that one day you meet that person that's your same age and does exactly what you do, but they are way better than you. And they're way more well-rounded and they're more versatile than you and they can play more instruments and they have better ideas than you. And you meet someone who is your same age, whatever similarities to you, alternate timeline you, and they are way better at the same thing you want to do. You can't be jealous. You can't be mad. You can't meet that person and then be like, man, them, that's not fit. I hope you run into them early. I hope you run into them right now. I hope this talk is enough so you're so scared of running into them that maybe you never do and maybe you're the person for somebody else. But it's something to think about. And I faced this multiple times in my career. I still face it in my career, and it's what has made me better. It's what's brought me to the next level. If you're wondering why you feel like you're at one level with the music you're making, with the money you're making, with the followers you're getting, whatever it is that you use as a barometer, if you feel like you're not getting to the next level, the thing that always has pushed me up a notch in any point in my career, when I was making $0 to when I was making not $0, was meeting someone who was that much better than me. And I could see myself in them, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go harder. First time it ever truly happened to me was Berkeley. Because where I grew up, I felt like I was the best guitar player. I didn't know anybody who made better beats than me who was my age. I knew people who were older than me who made great beats. I knew people who were older than me who were better musicians, who were like guitar teachers and this and that. But I felt like when I was young. I felt like I was really good at guitar and really good at making beats. And when I turned 18 and I got to school, and I feel like one of the worst guitar players, like, of anybody in my classes. Yeah, there's people I would see and be like, oh yeah, I'm better than you. But I didn't think about anybody I was better than. I never once thought about, oh, I could play with this person, I could play with this person. I always thought, why the is that person my same age? And it's like we're light years apart. And I've been playing this instrument since I'm 9 years old. Why does it feel like that? It made me get better. It made me push. And it happened to me whenever I first started working with really big producers. And I could play a little guitar and I could keep up maybe on one instrument. But when I saw people who could just run Pro Tools and track and move over to the piano and record a piano and then move over and make the hardest drums ever, and I was like, dog, I can only do one of those things, and I don't even know if I can do one of those things as well as this person can do it. And they just did all three, and we're 2 years apart in age. You know what's crazy is when it's someone your age or younger, that's when it for some reason hits harder. When it's someone older than you, you're like, oh, when I'm that age, I'll be. You know, when it's someone who you already look up to or has a lot of success, you always are like, oh yeah, of course I can learn from them. But when someone's your age or younger than you, and it feels like you have a world of things you can learn from them, that's when that shit starts bothering you. That's when that shit starts with you. And I think the positive things we say in here about the fact that your ideas and who you are as a person and all the factors that make up who you are at this moment, that makes your music 1 in a million, and that's worth doing, and it is important, and there are ways to collaborate and get better, and that motivates some people, but some people need to hear this other shit. And myself included, sometimes it's nice to get a reminder how far you still have left to go. And if you really love music, that shouldn't make you hate yourself. That shouldn't make you go, oh man, like, I need to quit. It should make you go, let me go practice, let me go make a beat, let me go watch a tutorial, let me go do something, you know what I mean? Like, get into it. I think that it has to keep happening for you to keep leveling up, because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're just never getting any better. You want to be the dumbest person in the room. For me, I want to be the dumbest person in the room all the time, but at least sometime, you know? At least once in a while, you should feel like, holy, I have a lot to learn. Or how are you going to grow?